Hello everyone, this is MaffumanCasting, StarCraft Star Battle. This is a 6-on-6 ship action game, starting Duncan, Idaho. Duncan, Idaho is going to come on in there, 1.96 speed, has a little bit of money left over for Phase Disruptors and Prismatic Beam, 2 and 1 respectively. We got the Juggernaut starting off with Seeker Missile, adding some extra damage, but it is a commitment. You're not using EMP, but you're adding some extra damage to your team. Alpha GC is going to come on in there, 1.61 speed, 1 extra armor, and 1 Gatling cannon to do some extra damage right there. Ascension coming on in there, Dark Swarm. Dark Swarm's a fantastic Guardian ability, and it's not too bad to start off with either. It's not something I usually do, but it does help out, provide that little area of protection for yourself, healing for yourself, and if you're right in with your allies, you can do that as well. See, Jack actually has it up there. Virtuoso, though, got EMP'd. Virtuoso only has Warp Rift to get into combat, and then Needless to farm. So that does mean that he is not plaguing right now, and that would be a lot right there. He basically gambled that he wants to be able to make more money in the long term, just not getting kills or any fancy pushes in the very beginning. It looks like back at base we do have Kevin TW. We're going to figure out what he ends up coming out with. Against the red side is the blue side. Nikas coming on in there has 1.71 speed, long foot missiles at extra range and damage. Jack has been using his Dark Swarm to help push up. Poor Nexus pushing up there, 3 prismatic beams, and a little bit of 1.75 speed. Alpha GC is going to take a whole bunch of damage, especially from Naked Foot as well. Has no extra long foot missiles, no extra laser batteries. But will this be enough? He's very low. He does. Alpha GC is taken out right there in the very beginning of the game. It looks like Blizz is going to be farming along the side. Very happily combating against the Juggernaut. Even if he was damaged by his Seeker Missile, he was able to farm with his 5 upgraded interceptors right there. Naked Foot BC, just range basically, but range was enough to add that little bit of damage to take out that Destro. Looks like Reaper 6 is going to be there. More traditional EMP being used. Let's see if he uses it again. He can try to do against Virtuoso or Ascension or the Juggernaut. Right now, when you click on someone, you don't necessarily see what they have, so he's just trying to go and attack whoever he possibly can. But against Virtuoso, it would happen not to work out as well as it usually would against most Overlords who do end up getting an ability in the very beginning. Looked at the blue side with their very quick push is going to be able to farm Seeker Missile, attacking Juggernaut, or from the Juggernaut onto Nikas. Nikas is going to take right there like a champ, getting some help from the Raven right there. 140 shields per second. He could have ran a little bit longer, but he probably was going to take the damage eventually. Just decided to stay there and farm a little bit longer. We got Duncan Idaho versus poor Nexus right now. Duncan Idaho has a super early cloak. Might have went back to the base first upgrade there. Now cloak is fantastic, but it is a very money and energy intensive ability. Does cost 20 just to use it, 10 energy per second. You can reduce how much energy it costs to run the program. However, that costs money. So everything right there is just Duncan Idaho hoping for another stimulus check, hoping that he can make a little bit more money. We got Naked Foot flying around the side, trying to fight off Duncan Idaho. 1-2 on him. He's going to stay by base. He can't push out too far. We're going to see Jack going back to base. He does have a 484 right now. He wasn't hurt. He's at full health. He's at enough almost for a Dark Swarm to protect himself more. Doesn't mean he wants to stay at base forever. Doesn't mean he wants to stay there, and risk it. When he can bank that 488. He can't spend it unless he gets back to base. So he wants to do that. Reaper 6 is going to fly in there, right in the range of a Seeker Missile. Takes that Seeker Missile. The Juggernaut going to run away. Reaper 6 get a little angry, wants to use his EMP, but then he decides he's going to be a little bit behind the enemy lines right there. The Juggernaut using the Seeker Missile, using the gas as well to protect himself. Reaper 6 couldn't see him, he couldn't shoot them. Virtuoso going to move on in there. He has a Psy Blast. He only has 375 potential energy, so he doesn't have enough for it right now. He's only at 50. If he could have, he would have done a lot more damage right there. He just happened not to have it right now. That was his first ability. He used his whatever farming he possibly could from the one-shot Mutalisk farming to help out right now. We got some Void Ray on Void Ray action right now. Duncan Idaho, lower health, flying around, using that cloak though. Poor Nexus has 3 upgrades on this Prismatic Beam, does a lot more damage than, actually no, not right necessarily. We got Duncan Idaho doing more damage, however, not quite enough. Poor Nexus warping on back to base, safe and sound. We got Virtuoso coming around the side, and Duncan Idaho kind of went back to his friends, but Born was able to escape out the back. Kevin TW flying back. We got Nikas flying back to base, 41, not very much money, making put 19. He already must have upgraded, and Blizz must have upgraded. Starts off with Vortex. Fantastic ability as the first back ability. It does cost 400. It is expensive. It does cost 200 to use it. It is also energy expensive. However, it also does creates a low gravity vortex that stuns all units in the target area, and units in the vortex are invulnerable to all damage and effects, lasts for 20 seconds. It effectively takes them off the map for 20 seconds, and that's invaluable in the very beginning. Now, it is susceptible if there was going to be a Seeker Missile, but will there be if there was going to be an EMP, but will there be an EMP? Kevin TW doesn't have, any energy drain abilities either. Duncan Idaho sneaking on out. He was being chased by Poor Nexus, was being chased by Naked Put. Ascension, 417, 489 from Kevin TW. The Juggernaut already has about 400 right now, and 414 from Duncan Idaho. You can see that 400 is a lot of money, and that is how much the Vortex costs. So, yes, you can afford it, but barely. You could also put that into other, speed, attack, damage, health, armor, whatever, other fancier abilities that cost half that much. However, it's a gamble of whether that $400 ability is going to be useful. It usually is. We got Virtuoso flying around the side, has a Side Blast, has 400 potential energy right now to use that. We got he's going to use that blast against Nikas. Nikas is also going to take some damage from Duncan Idaho. Duncan Idaho is going to be cloaked, and we got Virtuoso pushing up. Nikas is taken out by Kevin TW. Kevin TW just has missile pods to protect himself against the interceptors. However, this nuke is going to keep on chasing him. He will make it back to base. He definitely will take no damage because he's going to fly just away just in time. 16 money, however, no damage right there. The Juggernaut launching that Seeker Missile against Jack. Jack is going to fly away. He's got 1.71 speed. He's a little bit slower than the Seeker Missile, but because he was shot a little bit further away, he should be fine. Even if he takes the damage, he won't be catastrophic. We got Blizz being attacked. Senshin using, he's got two parts of this right now. He's got the Dark Swarm to heal himself. He's got the Scourge to do some heavy damage. It doesn't have any other abilities though. No Acid Spores, no Birdling Strikes, Needle Spines. He has them. They're upgraded. So he's just tickling with his Birdling Strikes right now. He could do more if he put more money into it. However, he decided that a Scourge are also worth it. You got Seeker Missile. Make him regret that decision though, because the energy drain is there. Senshin gonna move on back. He only has 36 right now. He will be burning, but he will slowly make it back to base as well. Once he gets the Dark Swarm, he can protect himself a little bit more. But he should be able to make it back to base regardless. Duncan Idaho has just built himself into a little bit of mountain of debt right now because of the cloak. Extremely valuable, helped him make that push, did help him survive and not take damage while they were killing off the blue unit up there. However, he has to make all this money just to go back and be more damage intensive or reduce how much cloak costs. And we got the Juggernaut moving back. We got with about 500, Virtuoso 677, Kevin TW 192, 3, 4. It does slowly get there. 4 now. Duncan Idaho 575. And let's see what they end up doing. Both sides so far have been really good about getting back before they're super damaged. Sometimes it's unavoidable. Sometimes you get into fights where you can't escape and can't, avoid taking damage. However, there's also a point where you do have to retreat, not because you're about to lose, not because you're about to take damage, but just because you have to spend that money and they will otherwise put yourself at risk of dying. There's only one life in this game. It went from a 6 versus 6 to a 5 versus 5 because there is no respawn. Blizz moving in. His interceptor is only at 12. 12 is a decent number. It's not the worst it could possibly be, but look at this. He bought Warped Tempest. He bought Plasma Surge. He has the Vortex, which I'm not sure we've seen just yet, but look at these Tempest synergy right there. Jack using his Dark Swarm, to protect Blizz's Tempest right there. Fly away from the Seeker. Avoid the Darkness, Satirax. And we got Duncan Idaho moving in there. He has the cloak to protect himself. Without the vision, provided by the Dark Swarm, the Tempest can't shoot what they can't see. So Jack was also trying to avoid getting Seekered, and therefore also doing some splash damage against these Tempests. They're not the heaviest Tempest, however, any Tempest damage is always painful. And the Interceptors being at 12 is actually basically a response to that. Because he spent so much money, he doesn't have enough for a super high Tempest. 22 left money. Jack 416, Reaper 6 168. Tempest, only 2 upgrades, only doing 180 shots, but hey, if you could avoid it, you should. And Ascension is going to use his Dark Swarm to protect himself, and Juggernaut's going to give him some Green Gak defensive Matrix Love. Surrounds the target with a shield that reduces most hits to the minimum damage. The shield is not perfect and and some hits will leak, dealing full damage. Whatever you can avoid is good. Poor Nexus, he's going to blink on back. He doesn't want to take that Seeker Missile. He had almost full life. He doesn't want to take that Seeker Missile if you can avoid it. Naked Put has Scanner Sweep, has Nuclear Missile, therefore has no Longbow Missile upgrades. Just some range, but no missile upgrades. Reaper 6, moving along the side. You got the EMP, got the defensive Matrix. Almost similar to the Juggernaut, who has defensive Matrix but chose that Seeker Missile in the very beginning. Once you upgrade something, you can't un-upgrade it. Reaper 6, moving along the side. Naked Put and poor Nexus going along the side as well. The entirety of the red side is basically in this little box. However, they know that Virtuoso has the potential for Plague, and in a close environment that's scary. He happens to go for Psyblast and happens to go for Siphon Energy. Siphon Energy will drain up to 300 energy from the target, and will give the Overlord 25% of that. So 25% of a potential 300 energy. And with that, he can help support his own Psyblast. He has 475 to start off with. EMP being used, however, he will gain that back a little bit faster because if he's siphoning somebody. Basically, just continually being able to blast that 2,000 damage. Did upgrade it a bit. These Dark Swarms are really providing a lot of protection, and Kevin TW flying in there just to take out the Tempest. Tempest being placed down right there by Blizz. He has the energy for it, but it is 225. If he uses 225, he has less energy for other stuff. He's got 2 really energy intensive stuff, but they are relatively when you can use them correctly, they are both extremely helpful. Kevin TW flying in there. Blizz setting up that Tempest wall. Kevin TW moving on back. Virtuoso flying in there. He wants to do some stuff. He has a Shawn Spotter right now. He has Spawn Spotter, and he has Contaminate. Contaminate will slow down some enemy abilities. Poor Nexus doing some sneaky stuff in the back, just trying to farm. Already has a 518. Let's see how long the sneaky blue Void Ray can farm. Ooh, looks like we've got a Wiggler on Duncan Idaho. Duncan Idaho got a Wiggler from the Guardian right here, Jack. That gives 4 minutes of vision towards Duncan Idaho. He could cloak. He would still be seen even if he uses cloak. So you can press the button. The button doesn't do anything, at least effectively, because the blue side has vision of him. Not just Jack, but everybody on the blue side can see him. Liz flying around has 1,500 money to spend on something, and that is a lot, even for carriers. However, Tempests are expensive. He's still low on speed. Interceptors are extremely expensive. So that is a lot of money, but it's also he needs a lot of money anyway. 570 from Jack. Let's see what he ends up spending that on. Naked Put 69, nice. And we got important Nexus moving around the side. 12 beam has the cloak as well. Gonna move on in there. Gonna be kind of sneaky. Gonna talk in a much quieter voice. Kevin TW flying away. He has his own protective defensive shield, and that right there gave him a 2100 extra life. It has no armor count, so it's just 2100 base life. However, anytime on target is dangerous when you're talking to a Void Ray. 110 damage, can use the charge, can do more. red side staying, using the very minimal amount of terrain that's available, does channel the red side in there and makes Void Rays or other people on the side unable to really attack unless they do something super sneaky like blinking through, which is possible. More or less, they're safer in here. We got Blizz providing some protection. He has his Tempest. They are dead now. He can spawn some more. You can only spawn up to 3 at a time. So as long as any Tempests are alive, you can't spawn any more. You can't keep on spawning them. Looks like the Jack is just going to try to be defensive. He has his Dark Swarm. He doesn't want to risk it too much though. Ascension flying around, Dark Storming himself to protect himself. You have to actually press it basically on you to get that healing ability as well. Heals up to Journal Overlord. It heals up a little bit. I think it's like 1200. Blue side moving in, red side moving back. We got Virtuoso 534, the Juggernaut 671, 411 from Senshin, and Duncan Idaho 453. Kevin TW flying along the side, only 100 right now. Wants to get that extra bit of farm, but sees all of his allies at base. All of the blue side is a potential threat. These Tempests gonna keep on hitting them. Because he went for Lockdown, which is fantastic. Because he went for a Defensive Shield, which adds a lot of health towards him, and he has Missile Pods to protect himself against some Interceptors. Beautiful, Beach Ball Sadness by Duncan Idaho to stop the damage right there. Because he went for all those 3 cool abilities, he has less for longboat missiles or laser batteries. So he has about 300 right now. Let's see what he ends up spending that on. Blizz moving in. These Tempests, you can't tell them to retreat, you can't tell them to move, they're just going to keep on going. Reaper 6 flying in there. We got Scourge flying around. Poor Nexus stopping those Scourge using his Chrono Rift as well. Reaper 6 taking a bunch of damage though. We got Senshin. He is going to launch his Scourge. He's going to do a whole bunch of damage. It won't take him out actually. Reaper 6 is going to basically barely survive while the red side is trying to advance. Jack taking some damage, but he does have his Dark Swarm. Now he's out of Dark Swarm on cooldown. Virtuoso doing some extra damage. 2075 plus 250. With the Duncan Idaho edition on him as well, will he make it back to base? He is slowly so close to getting back to base, but he's also so close to dying right there, and the Dark Storm was not quite enough. Just a couple extra seconds of cooldown. Red side moving back. 2565 for Blizz. Naked Put has 204. Poor Nexus about 200-ish right there. And Reaper 6 169. Nice. We got Blizz. So much money. Let's see what he ends up spending it on. Looks like he went for Interceptors so far. Poor Nexus. Showing off the Chrono Rift. It is a fantastic... I don't want to say counter, because it's not necessarily rocket precision, but it's a fantastic way of countering things like Scourge that have to fly into and hit their target. It slows them down. You can still get hit by them, however, it's less likely. We're going to see that Battlecruiser warping on back to base with about 200 right there. Virtuoso has 200. Senshin has about 400 something. He wants to use his Warp Rift, however he can't. He's going to launch some Scourge, angrily saying, "Hey, why did you stop me from attacking?" And poor Nexus, he is almost out of energy. He does not have enough energy to do anything like that. He's also parasited. Reaper 6 and Blizz moving up the center. We got the red side, 3 ships right there, flying around the natural gas right there, but not trying to stay in combat for too long. Duncan Idaho moving up the middle. We got Kevin TW moving up the side, taking that entire side farm, but also launching his missile pods. It's a kind of a trick shot right there. It does help. Look at all that damage. Look at those beautiful fall coloring from on these Interceptors. However, they can survive. It only does 125 damage plus 475 to massive, but mostly 125 damage to Interceptors. These Interceptors have 76 plus 76, which is more than that. We got he has a defensive shield. He's going to run out of stuff to do that. He will make it back to base. We have some Void Ray on Void Ray action right now, and He's actually just trying to fly away, scared off poor Nexus, but doesn't want to stay in combat for too long because of the Tempest right there. Beach Ball status, making them so much slower. Unit is slowed by, attack speed and cooldowns by 80%. Looks like Void Ray action right now, but neither Void Ray wants to be the one who commits, because if you make a mistake while Void Raying, they have such little health that you will likely, try to attack, but end up, dying yourself. The Juggernaut flying in there, doing some damage. Blizz's Tempest will be taken out. We got Ascension launching some, trying to launch some Scourge. The Void Ray for Nexus did blink out just in time, affecting the range. Ascension couldn't see them, couldn't shoot them, and he also couldn't get his Parasite off as well. Blue side moving back to base, staying defensive. We got poor Nexus 527, 398 from Naked Put. Blizz has 721 and is just trying to farm as much as possible. Look at these interceptors flying around. You have to tell them what to do. They have to fly. You have to tell them to either attack a capital ship or whatever's in the area, and he's just going to let them die right there. He does have Plasma Barrage. He doesn't have Warp In, but might want to use some of his 750 to get that. Naked Put, going to move on it up. He has 1.82 speed, relatively speedy, and just waiting for energy to use his nuclear missile. However, he's going to get attacked and always can get drained as well. I think they want to chase this Void Ray. I think they're going to try. Kevin TW, 1.82 speed, not very slow, but poor Nexus, very sneaky. Going to kind of like Michael Jackson. Who's going to warp on back. He decided to go against warping on back. Now he's going to warp on back. While he's as far in the corner as possible. Ascension launching some Scourge. Warped towards his allies. Warped towards Kevin TW and Ascension. But also gonna have to move on out right now. And it looks like these interceptors are just trying to do whatever they possibly can. The Juggernaut can't give shields to Ascension because he doesn't have any shields. Ascension is a Guardian, is a Zerg ship. Zerg ships have no shields. However, the green defensive matrix will protect him to some degree. It's the best you can do. Oh, EMP being used. Interceptors flying on them though. He does have Needle Spine, and he can get more range, but he has Needle Spines to protect himself. And that will, eventually work on interceptors. The interceptors have about half of the upgrades in armor. So he has 18 upgrades. He has 9 armor for both the shields and the everything else. Ascension flying in there, taking a whole bunch of damage, getting some love from his allies, staying by base. Ascension even upgraded his life a bunch. He has 16950 life. He upgraded that from, I think it's a 1400 to start. But that's just time on target that the poor Nexus has to give to him. 120 damage right now. Duncan Idaho moving up and being EMP'd for his troubles. He used his temporal slower downer ability on the Tempest, on the interceptors. However, got an EMP for his troubles. Blue side moving back. Blizz 1531. 165 from Naked Put, 274 from Reaper 6, and poor Nexus 384. Now, a lot of the discrepancy is always down to timing, its placement, location, and whether you were engaged in combating your capital ships or whether you were focused on farming. And the carrier has many roles. One of them, things that it's good for is interceptors are good for farming. Eventually, they get good and upgraded to do some damage against capital ships. They're very dangerous against capital ships. However, they're also good for farming at long distance while letting your actual capital ship be safe. However, they could also be ganged up and taken out right there. He does have Warp In, which is good whenever he loses his interceptors, which can happen even though they're strong. He can warp them back. The cooldown is extremely slow, but it does happen. Tempest shooting whatever they can. Whatever they can see, they will shoot at 17 range. 18 range. Poor Nexus tickling the back door right here with the battle station. It doesn't have, only has 11 plating shields and plating at 13. He's going to keep on burning it down, The red side does see it, but they're just not in time to take him out. Poor Nexus using that charge ability and prismatic beam. He knows he's in danger though. He knows that he kind of pissed them off. He's going to warp on back to base. And it looks like, there he is, he's safe. Red side, because they were up at the blue side's base, poor Nexus snuck around the side and did take out a tower, reducing the number of towers that the red side has by 1. Nice, but also gives them less defensive location. They can only be defended over here. Over this side is a lot more dangerous. And the red side is going to try to get some payback, but poor Nexus is going to be cloaked and run away. Naked Put taking that damage. She does have missile pods, scanner sweep, and nuclear missile. Doesn't have the protective field. Blizz has had Vortex for the longest time, but I think he's just waiting for the right time to use it. We got the Scourge moving in, so many Scourge moving in. Red beam of burning right there is Reaper Duncan Idaho trying to use that Purifier beam to drain the energy of Reaper 6. A parasited Void Ray running away from all of the damage right there. Virtuoso just wants to shoot his big blaster beam, but Pornex is going to sneak around the rocks right there. Interceptors tickling them away and doing a whole bunch of damage. The Virtuoso has Contaminate. That's probably the best defensive thing that you can do right there. Kevin TW coming in with the save to use his missile shields right there. He used lockdown on poor Nexus. I think he might have jumped out just in time though. House Tempests and Blizz Tempests. Naked Put flying around the side. Has 9 range but very limited missiles right now. He's going to use his own missile pods, but that's really an area of effect thing. And very helpful for Scourge. However, it is a skill shot. Reaper 6 taking a whole bunch of damage. Does have 10 Terran Plasma Shields, which is really good. However, the Raven shield transfer is so tricky to get right. You have to have a good amount of banked shields, because you will transfer your own shields at a rate of 220 to your allies. That means that whenever you heal somebody, you're at less health yourself, and that also means that you do run the risk of taking some more damage that you didn't intend. Poor Nexus running around the side. I think they do definitely see him on the minimap right now. They are aware of him. Virtuoso has the spawn spotter to spot him should he be spotted around there. Doesn't want to take that damage. Has the Parasite. Is also getting drained right now. Did that affect poor Nexus? So he just blinked out just in time. Kevin TW trying to go Void Ray hunting, but doesn't want to stay too long. Poor Nexus is going to warp on back. 232. Because he was trying to attack the capital ships, he wasn't focused on farming. Sometimes he's gotten a lot more money, but because he was trying to get the capital ships, he wasn't able to do that. Liz moving up, 21 upgrades on the Tempest. The Golden Armada is arriving. However, it will just keep on moving and shoot whatever is possible. 604 from Kevin 2W. Duncan Idaho and Virtuoso, both full health, both getting back to base now. Ascension, 1740 for 17,400 life. A whole bunch of life, especially for a Guardian. Does have 16 armor, that's a lot of upgrades. Guardians are just, even with all that, are not the most tanky units, and he's going to have to rely on his Darkstorm to move on up. Decent amount of range though, and he's going to try to keep on attacking blue side, not trying to take any risks. Going to set up their own defensive Tempest right now, just fly and let them do whatever they can. 439 from Reaper 6, 100 money from Naked Put. He really needs to try to get some more money. However, if he's attacking capital ships like he always is, it's hard to do that. Blizz 931. Poor Nexus doing a whole bunch of damage. EMP on Virtuoso. Virtuoso flying around. The Seeker Missile, or the Seeker Missile, the EMP may have been friendly fire, but also did scare off poor Nexus. And if your allies survive, it's sometimes worth it. We got poor Nexus moving around the side, trying to use the rocks to sneak around. The red side knows that that everybody's around in the area, not trying to take too many risks, except for Ascension, who just really wants to farm. But it looks like they are going to move away. I can't see if the Juggernaut has radar. I'm imagining he does it this time, or check when you get back to base. It's not something I can see right now. So he's just going to try to protect his allies the best he can by staying around them. Duncan, Idaho, flying around. We got they're checking to see where this Void Ray could possibly be. Duncan, Idaho moving in there. Void Ray on Void Ray action. Somebody's cloaked, somebody is not. EMP's being used all over the place. Everybody's just trying to drain energy right now. 625 potential from Porn Nexus, 575 from Duncan, Idaho. 18 beam from Duncan, Idaho, and 15 beam from Porn Nexus. Once you upgrade something, you can't un-upgrade it. Whatever you do choose makes a difference in combat. And it looks like the blue side going to try to stay defensive. We got these Tempests at 21 upgrades, 19 range. Also helps out with the Interceptors. Interceptors at 20 range. Helps them fly away a little bit more. It means that you can attack people from further without risking yourself. He's going to try to see if he can do that. He's going to fly his Interceptors. He doesn't want to commit to flying them in, especially because Bam right there does take some damage from the secret missile, from the missile pods. Again, it doesn't kill them in one shot. It does. I don't know, magic is two-shotting. Yes, it's at least one shot. It's at least two-shotting, but would this be enough? Duncan, Idaho, burning down Naked Put. He's also using his beam right now. Now, what he was trying to do is just reduce his energy so he couldn't do Scanner Sweep. However, that was such a tall order because he had so much energy and potential that he couldn't burn it all in time. We got Blackout being used right now. Reaper 6 taking some damage. We got Duncan, Idaho also in the Blackout. Senshin flying in there, launching his Scourge, but also being attacked by the Tempest. The Tempests are, hitting whatever they possibly can. The Dark Swarm does protect Senshin right now. He's going to keep on launching Scourge. Will this be enough? Vortex being used on the Guardian right now. And there, that was a great defense from everybody right there. The Tempest were attacking. The Vortex just caught the Guardian, which is going to be a major threat to everybody right now. These Tempests flying along the side are going to provide a little bit of area that they can't really go into without taking damage. That means Porn Nexus is going to fly around the other side, flying away from the red side. However, they're all on him right now. Duncan, Idaho, using his beam, using his charge, has Porn Nexus does blink out in just in time. He has such little life though right now, or such little energy. He has 625 potential, so it is coming back super quick, and they are not going to be able to make the commitment right now to attack. And Duncan, Idaho, moving up there, is going to keep on trying to farm. He couldn't get the other Void Ray, however, he doesn't want to give up this beautiful farming opportunity. But Virtuoso is also going to launch his Mutalisks to try to get that farm as well. They are allies. It's not shared resources, and both of them need money essentially. The Juggernaut moving back 565. We got sneaky Void Ray stuff. Because he wasn't killed, he tried to attack the battle station. I think the red side saw what happened last time, didn't want to risk it. You can choose to warp back to the battle station up there, or the command center. And it looks like these Tempests are just gonna fly around the side. Everybody flies into the beach ball status. Everybody goes to their own side bubbles at some points, and they are going to be able to finally make it through. These Scourge are just monstrous. He upgraded them. He's going to launch 22 Scourge. You start off with 14, then you upgrade to 16, 18, 20, 22, and that just costs so much money, but this cloud of Scourge is going to do some damage. I guess it's a cloud. I mean, I know that it's like a murder of crows and inconvenience of ravens, or unkindness of ravens. So I don't know if you want to call this Scourge a cloud or a murder or a gaggle. I don't know, a gaggle Scourge? That seems fine. A squadron, a Scourge squad. Anyway, they're doing 250 per Scourge, so 250 times 22. Blackout being used against Duncan, Idaho. Reaper 6 says, get on out of there. Reaper 6 wants to use his Purifier Beam. It only burns 30 energy plus 20 energy per charge, so if he uses it, it's 30 plus, if he charges once, 20 more, 50. If he charges twice, 20 more, 70. Math on air is hard. However, most ships at this point now have enough potential energy that they don't get drained that quickly, like we saw with the battlecruiser right there. Poor Nexus did want to do some sneaky backdoor action right there with the battle station. However, it's not going to be in time. Fool me once, twice, 3 times. Shame on everybody at that point. We have Blizz flying around interceptors. He has 1,000 money right now, and he's on the attack. And the blue side is trying to advance. It is, they are down 1 ship right now. Virtuoso flying around. He has Mutalisks at 11. The Mutalisks are kind of neat. They are Overlord upgraded. They do have the ability to fly out all in 1 shot instead of the conga line. And they are upgraded. And they do the little bouncing thing. So they actually are pretty decent flyers. That said, they're not quite interceptors. But they're the next, maybe the best one. Maybe even a little bit above, the Wraiths. Although that's kind of debatable. Uh-oh. We got poor Nexus. He is cloaked. He does try to use his beam right there. He does slow down Virtuoso. Virtuoso is going to fly around. He's going to try to use his spotter, and he did try to use his Siphon Energy. Poor Nexus pulled out just in time for that. Was about to either go down fighting the Overlord or go down himself. That is the Rage's Edge. That is the Void Ray attack right there. Senshin flying up there, using his gas, and hey, he took out the 1 squadron of Tempest. He's going to do another one right there. We have another, gaggle of Scourge being flown out, shooting right there. Oh, they kind of AI quit right now. They do have a decent AI, but if they run out of vision, then they will be taken out. Reaper 6, very much in the danger zone right now. Poor Nexus warps out, but Reaper 6 has some cool abilities, has his Blackout, has his EMP. Is he able to take them out? EMP being used, and he is going to be there. Oh, he uses the Blackout. It does hit both Void Rays. Unfortunately, one of those Void Rays that he hit was his ally. But he did hit Duncan, Idaho. These Tempests being hit. They don't have energy. However, the Juggernaut used EMP. EMP drains shields as well. Even though these Tempests are upgraded 23 times, that's just upgrading their damage. You can't upgrade how healthy they are. You can't upgrade how much health they have. However, that's 100 extra life that they don't have to do. Void Ray on Void Ray action. But however, look at all this. Virtuoso moving in there. He's the spotter right now. Poor Nexus, 700 potential energy, down to 480 something right now. We have some Void Ray action right now. We got all these people moving in. We have, whenever he's uncloaked, he's in the danger zone. He's going to be right there. The Blink away. Blink is finally back. We got some Blackout being used. EMP being used as well. Juggernaut doing both of his abilities right now. We have Virtuoso shooting right now. We have everybody on Poor Nexus, and Poor Nexus is gang killed right there. And there is going to be a huge pickup from the red side. However, the blue side does have a great defensive, ship combination. They do have the carrier. Those are fantastic. The carrier has well upgraded interceptors. Those are fantastic. Tempest, always good defensive units. Vortex, invaluable defense. Blackout, also great. So the blue side is down 2 ships, or 1 ship right now. However, they do have a really good defensive, composition. 1,200 money from Blizz right now. Naked Put, going to try to push on up. He does have his nuke. He does have lockdown as well. And, he, of course, used that nuke on Kevin. It does actually hit. He couldn't make it back to base right there. Ascension flying it there. And is going to try to launch some Scourge at Reaper 6. Reaper 6 is going to use the Blackout. It only hits. It does hit both of them. However, Virtuoso is unaffected right now. Virtuoso, one big shot could possibly take him out, and he gets taken out by himself. Naked Put coming out there from nowhere, with his longbow missiles, and just takes out Virtuoso. Virtuoso wanted to kill Reaper 6 so badly. One shot would have possibly done it with his upgraded Psy Blast. However, the Reaper 6 makes it, and the Overlord does not. EMP being used to try to drain some energy on the Void Ray. The Void Ray also takes out shield. He does want to take Tempest as well as Warp Prism forever. We got Reaper 6 moving in. We got Reaper 6 trying to do some damage. He has his Blackout on cooldown, still 88 seconds away. We got Kevin GW using that lockdown right now to try to drain some energy from Reaper 6. Even though it's only 10 energy times 10 seconds, 100 energy, It also stops Reaper 6 from using his abilities for a couple seconds, so now he's off of he can use it again. He has 600 potential, so 100 energy in the grand scheme of that is like a couple seconds of delay. But the biggest thing that he's not doing is that he can't use his abilities. 414, the Juggernaut 500, Senshin 1632. However, he is in the danger zone with all these interceptors. Again, 72 damage per little cannon at range 2, and they shoot 2.5. However, they have 100 shield, 100 life, 15 armor, 15 armor. Again, it's half in Star Battle Omega. Duncan Idaho trying to be the hero, trying to slow down these interceptors, but not trying to take them out right now. We have Kevin TW launching his missile pods, doing some damage. Whatever he possibly can is great. Hey, he also got some money off of farming for that. Blue side not trying to be caught off guard. When you're down, using that defender's advantage to your advantage. But right now, all three were in the middle. All three were kind of crowding each other out. If they went to their own respective lanes, they'd have more money. However, they decided to all stay together for their own safety. It's either safety or money. You can't have both. Reaper 6 moving in, trying to do some stuff. Senshin getting, just out of the range of the MP right there. Reaper 6, his energy being drained. He does have Blackout. He does have... Did you just nuke him as well? Yeah, he did. Reaper 6 flying in there, he's getting Blackout nuked, and the regular nukes, blacked out right there. We got these Tempests providing some damage, area of effect against Senshin flying in there, just using his own protection from the Dark Swim to not take that from the Tempest right there. Flying in there. Now he's in a danger zone though, because he has so many intercepts on him. Where's the defensive GAC? If he doesn't get there he is. He does have the defensive matrix right now. Saved him, but that really was a super close call. He has enough life. He will make it back to base. He has Dark Swarm. He's going to try to be risky though and fly back into combat, but he doesn't want to make the same mistake and hit the Tempest. Scourge do so much damage, but they also have a couple seconds of startup time. In that startup time, he's vulnerable. He was taking a whole bunch of damage from the Warp Prism as well as these Tempests. He's going to fly in there. He's going to try to do as much as he can. He does want to take out these Tempests. These Tempests are just so annoying. Kevin TW using his missile pods. It's a super short cooldown, and it only costs 100. He has 700 potential energy right now. That's so much money, but it's very well spent because he can basically missile pod all day, every day, and without too much of a delay, have defensive shield. Scanner's Reef still exists, still okay to see the allies. However, the actual detection less important because Poor Nexus was taken out. Reaper 6 flying in there. Now we see the PDD. PDD somewhat helpful against basically just battle cruiser, the laser batteries, the long boot missiles. Senshin only for the needle spines, the Juggernaut only for the burst lasers, and because it doesn't block the beam right there. But Juggernaut has 326. We have Senshin 596, and hey, get back here. I couldn't click him. Oh man, that's mean. And the Duncan Idaho has 839. Now let's see what they're doing is taking the risk, flying around, all of them taking a lane. Naked Put already has 200 by the time he gets up to base. However, look at this. Putting yourself at risk though. Now this is a super close, cat and mouse situation. Reaper 6 making the smart decision to retreat. He does have Blackout, he does have EMP Shockwave, however, Void Rays with 20 upgrades, yeah, he doesn't want to take that fight if he can avoid it. He's going to fly in there, he's going to Blackout on Duncan Idaho. Duncan Idaho can't use his Purifier Beam. The nuke is going to be launched. Oh no, it's not. It's going to be stopped by a EMP. Reaper 6 taking some damage. Blackout on 1-2 ships right there. We got the Secret Missile flying up there. Does hit Naked Put. Naked Put has 1.82 speed. Will make it back to base. Gonna get another Secret Missile for his troubles though. He can't even avoid it at this point. He's just gonna have to take it in all the way back. He's gonna try to fly all the way around. He decides he has to take the damage, and he does. Smartly making sure that there's no allied ships around like the Tempest or anything like that. Senshin flying in there, launching his 22 Scourge. Does look at that, takes out the Warp Prism down to about half shield life. That's a quarter of its life gone. Kevin TW flying around, uses that scanner sweep, making sure there's no other sneak attack tactics right there, and does have he's gonna fly around the side. He wants to farm though. I mean, he has no reason not to. He's gonna try to launch his Yamato cannon. 2250 damage. He has upgraded it a lot. PDD blocking whatever it can. Again, at this point, even though it isn't as effective as if there were like a million things with missiles around, whatever is blocked is good. Yes, it does block the Void Ray phase disruptors. Doesn't block the big beam though. Duncan Idaho attacking in and does take out Reaper 6. Reaper 6 is taken out by Duncan Idaho. Just survived the Purifier beam and survived the EMPs, survived everything else right there. And the blue side is just trying to be defensive. Again, with the carrier though, they are more safe than if it was two other ships. And Duncan Idaho flying in there, using his beam, just deciding to go for the tower right there. And that is, I think they are saying GG, but will the blue side agree with their decision right there? Nigga and Blizz, yes, did GG. And I think that is going to be game. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure there's a fantastic game sent in. Make sure you guys send your replays to MaffumanCasting@gmail.com. Press like, press subscribe. We are doing StarCraft Star Battle all the time.